So it was a big win for the Braves last night, and they brought out the whooping sticks. And I talked about this on the radio show last night that the number one thing that I want to see from this Braves team over this 3-game set is the idea of going in there and padding your stats. They should kick. The Rockies are a dreadful team. Dreadful. They are 49-82. If they were in the Braves division, they'd be 36 and a half games out of first place. 36 and a half games out of first place. They are dreadful. And what the Braves did last night was go in there and kick the ever-living dogs. They put up a football score. That's what I want to see over the next couple of nights. Pad your stats. This is the perfect opportunity to whack it around in Coors Field, maybe the best hitters park in baseball history. Pad your stats, club it all around, and beat the ever-living dog snot out of the Colorado Rockies. Last night, when you look, Ronnie was 4 for 5 with 4 runs and 5 RBI in the game last night. Obviously, again, he homered last night in the game too. Riley had a home run, 2 for 5 with 2 runs and 3 RBI. Ozzie made his return. He was 0 for 6, but again, he'll get himself back on track. Couple of hits for Marcell Ozuna, 3 hits for Sean Murphy, 3 hits for Orlando Arcia. Kevin Pillar chipped in a couple of RBI, 2 hits for Mike. Goes in there and pads their stats and kicks the ever-living dog snot out of the Rockies, because that's what should happen. I should be seeing not baseball scores. These should look like football scores from the Braves' offensive side of things. And then you get ready to go into play the Dodgers, who it's going to be a great series coming up this weekend. Obviously going to be a lot of anticipation about where the Dodgers are and where the Braves are. And, obviously these are the 2 best teams by far in the National League. They're going to be going up against one another. So feel good, feel confident about what you're doing, in this. And we talked about, Ronnie's quest to, have one of the best seasons maybe of all time for, an outfielder for the Braves. I mean, again, 4 hits, 4 runs, 5 RBI last night in the game. If you look at the bottom of the order, what have we talked about all year long? The 7, 8, and 9 hitters for the Braves. They were 6 for 13 last night with 4 runs scored and 3 RBI. 6 for 13 with 4 runs and 3 RBI. When you're getting that kind of production out of your 7, 8, and 9 hitters, you're not going to beat the Braves. Forget what the final score ends up being. You're not beating the Braves if they go 6 for 13 in the 7, 8, 9 spot, and Ronnie just gets all those at-bats turned over to him, and Olson and Ozzie and Riley and everybody, that you start just turning that lineup over. So while you have this, last night was special, and last night was exactly what the doctor ordered. Bryce Elder was just good enough, right? In Coors Field, I mean, let's face it, he was just good enough. 6 innings, I should say, 8 hits, 4 earned runs, 4 strikeouts. I'll take that line in Coors Field. But more importantly is the Braves went in there and kicked the crap out of the Colorado Rockies, who are a dreadful baseball team. And what they need to do is 2 more nights of that. Don't monkey around and lose a game. And I'm talking about a game. When you have a dreadful, disgraceful pig slop of a franchise team, you go in there and beat their brains out every single night of the week. And you pummel them into the ground to where they don't want to get up. Again, they don't want to get up and have to play you one more time. So I expect another 7, 8 runs tonight. I expect another 7, 8 runs in the finale. And feel good about your stuff. Pad your stats. And then let's get ready to go to LA and take on the Dodgers. In what may be, one of the more fun series of the Major League Baseball season, especially right now, because again, the Braves don't really have anything to play for. The division's a joke. The Mutts are in last place now. That's all you need to know. The Mutts are now in last place. They're a game in the basement. Washington is a game ahead of them. That's all you need to know about this division. And again, we told you this months ago that this division was over. So again, you don't have nothing to play for other than, hey, bragging rights against the Dodgers, having the best record in baseball, because again, you need that one, you want that number one overall seed to make your life a little bit easier. But outside of that, there's really nothing to play for. So pad your stats. No, this is a perfect opportunity. Let Ronnie just go off and just put up a whole bunch of runs, RBI, home runs, stolen bases. Pad your guys' stats and just kick the dog snot out of what the Colorado Rockies are. They're a disgrace. They're an awful franchise. So why not take advantage of that and feel confident and feel good knowing that, okay, we did exactly what we had to do. Not win 2 out of 3. Sometimes in life you get to these situations where you have to flex your muscles over these other teams. Winning 2 out of 3 isn't good enough. This should be a clean sweep, and I'm looking at probably averaging about, somewhere between 7 to 10 runs a game each of the 3 nights. Just flex your muscles, do what you did last night, and kick the dog snot out of the Colorado Rockies. And pad your stats. And let's get ready to go to LA over the weekend and have some fun. And let's take on Freddie, and let's take on Mookie Betts, and let's take on that whole squad and Clayton Kershaw, and everybody else is doing their thing. And then let's go in there and find a way to take 2 out of 3 and come back home from there. All right, as you listen in to Hittin' Hard, make sure you go in and leave us a comment on whatever podcast platform that you're listening on, and let us know that you're an everyday listener to the program. So we do thank you so much for being a part of the show, and we call them our everydayers. So let us know that you listen in 5 days a week to the program.